Today was a great day, okay? And I want to tell you about it. It coincides with the purpose of this channel for me, at least. It's going to be kind of like a memory log, a journal log, but also a hope to connect. And by connect, I mean just meet like-minded people who want to grow, who want to continually grow and not be scared to face themselves, face life, adversary in general. Today was great. So, you ever just wake up and you feel terrible? And I know what I said. It is a great day, I promise. And how we get there is what's important. It's about the journey, not about the destination. Of course, it was a great day, but I want to tell you the experience of the great day. Anyways, woke up, felt terrible. Body was in pain, I was achy, I had the flu for the past couple of days. Just did not want a life. Hello, Sage. Welcome to the video. You're vibing. So you just have to listen, I don't care what you say. So, woke up, felt absolutely terrible, and was just thinking in my mind, oh no, that's gonna be another bad day, right? Another negative day, another dark day, because I was just recently sick for so long. And I did what I always do, and I remembered what my purpose was and what I wanted to achieve, and I focused on something positive. So the first thing I did was, hey, you need to get out of the house and you need to go to the gym. I started creating anxiety in my brain trying to decipher between which gym and stop myself right there. I was like, it's just another barrier. It's an attempt to stay low. It's an attempt to be where you don't need to be. Take it out, throw it out of your mind, focus, get out of the house. So I immediately just threw on my clothes, got out of the house, got in my car, and I faced the same thing. Oh, where do I go? So I was like, you know what? Get an energy drink. You haven't had an energy drink in a while. It'd be good for you. So went, got an energy drink. Then I was like, oh, fuck it. I'm already closer to Crunch, so let's go to Crunch. Shout out my OG. That's my founding gym. Been there a minute. Great people there. Great relationships. Speaking of relationships and Crunch, I go there and I run into my old personal trainer, and we shot the shit, for 15 minutes. We talked. It was such a great conversation, and it really made me realize how grateful I am to be so aware and have such a defined purpose that I can make it through anything. And I realize a lot of people don't have that. So I wanted to come here and attempt to share that with you today and help you find your purpose. So what is purpose, right? Everybody has different purpose. It could be a small thing, big thing. It could be religion for most people. But trying to find it seems impossible. I'm someone who really struggled with that because I feel like I'm capable of anything and I could truly accomplish or help anybody if I want to. And I feel like anybody's capable of that, but I feel like it's just a natural gift for me. So when it came to purpose, like how do I serve, how do I fulfill, because I feel like that's my purpose, is to help others find the freedom that I have. And I just didn't know how to do it. Do I do it like this, social media? Do I do content? Do I become a therapist? And I did, I enrolled in college for psychology and everything back in the day, and like it was a potential path, but anybody who knows me knows college is not for me. But anyways, that's regardless of that. Finding your purpose, you just have to really block out everything else and have a one-on-one with yourself. And it might take you a day, it might take you a week, it might take you a month, it might take you multiple years, but you have to really stop and realize, hey, what is it that I want for me in my life? Not because my parents told me to feel this way, not because my friends told me to feel this way, my coach told me to feel this way, my brother, my teacher. You get the point. You have to be so self-aware and self-defined that you can have a conversation with yourself and be like, okay, I'll give a reference point. I drive a very specific car right now. It's not really my dream car. I can admit that I was influenced by those around me to make that purchase, but it did bring me happiness, and I fucking love my car. I really enjoy it. But, it wasn't my dream. It wasn't what I wanted. And life would be significantly different had I not taken that path because of reasons that are unimportant. But you just have to realize you need to be the one who decides and comes up with the ideas in your brain and not let others influence you. And a huge part of that is, and I feel very lucky and blessed, that I was never a fan of social media in general. I played video games as a kid, that's it, and I connected with real people and had real conversations, and that's how I kind of, treated social media in a sense. But those who just seek validation and they're so obsessed with it and they read everybody's posts, every time you're interacting with somebody else's post or you're seeing somebody else's thoughts, it's corrupting your own thought pattern. When was the last time you sat with yourself for an hour? Most people don't sit there in silence and ever just be in their brain and go through their thoughts and kind of decipher or discern between what's good, what's bad, what you enjoy, what you don't enjoy. So something you can do is, if you can't come up with a dream life or a reason for going after that dream life, you can kind of have an anti-dream, like define what you don't want. Me, I don't want to work a 9 to 5. I don't want to have a boss. That's something that I terribly, deeply fear having to deal with for the rest of my life. And part of me wanting to do social media is kind of an escapism for that. I truly believe every single person should be doing social media in 2026. It's a way to build a personal brand and just create and build a community. And it really is about liberation and freedom. I got sidetracked there, truthfully. That's just flowing. And that's the beautiful thing about this channel is I'm just going to talk about whatever I want to talk about, whenever I want to talk about it, because truthfully it's for me. And if 1% of what I say helps one person out of the 10 views, 100 views, 1 million views, 10 million, 1 billion views that I get on this channel, if only 1% helps one person, I did my job and I succeeded. And that's what it means to me. But really sit with yourself. Meditation's great. Meditation's a great tool. I started meditating in 2020. I fell off of it. I've noticed significant changes between practicing and not practicing. And it doesn't even have to be intentional. You get to a point to where you can just really control your mind and your brain and your thoughts, and you can kind of meditate on demand. It's a really beautiful, deep level of, spiritualism that you'll reach one day, the monks, right? Anyways, Sage, welcome. You gotta be able to sit with yourself and really figure out those thoughts. And whenever you get stuck in life, if you have a clear, defined purpose, you'll be able to ask yourself, what's something I can do that'll lead me closer to that? Or what's something that I've been doing that is taking me away from that? Like, for me, staying up late has been interfering with me waking up the next morning. Okay, so what I need to do, go to bed on time. It's very simple when you break it down and you clearly define what's going on in your life, but most people still get caught up and hung up on everybody else and everything else. Do a dopamine detox. That's the whole point of the whole social media thing, is you need to get off of social media, delete TikTok, delete all that bullshit. It's really just not good for your brain. If you don't have anybody to talk to at all and you don't know, talking to people is the absolute best thing that you can do. Absolute best thing you can do. Get your thoughts out there with like-minded people, similar-minded people, and people who truly understand and get you and understand that there's no judgment. And once you do that, it allows you to grow very quickly. If you don't have that, use an AI. And I know that might be like, oh, what do you mean? Talk to an AI. It's somebody, it's something, it's an entity, it's a voice, it's a way to communicate, to where you can get out your unfiltered thoughts. And whenever you have your unfiltered thoughts with something that can process anything, and you can teach it and train it and prompt it to not have bias and to just be open and to just fucking communicate, it helps you grow very quickly. And it will also call you on your bullshit, and it will keep you on your basis. It'll keep you aligned. So that's something that's really helped me progress in the past couple of years. And the fact that I didn't really have to do a dopamine detox is very good. But I'm telling you, I pay attention to everybody everywhere I go, in the sauna, just walking down the street, people driving next to me in traffic. Everybody's just You know, everybody's just on their phone. And it's hilarious to me. I mean, I used to be so annoyed by it because I'm like, dude, people are just wasting their lives. But then I realized, like, it's not my responsibility. You know, I want to help people be free and realize that their miserable lives and their existence that they choose is a choice. The prison that they've constructed that they're in is a choice. Everything's in your mind. How you just perceive it is how it'll be. You know, I'm doing the exact same thing that I was 6 months ago. I don't enjoy it now. I didn't enjoy it then, but it's much more manageable, and I still find myself very happy because of how I see it. I understand why I am where I am in life, and I'm just utilizing that to get me to the next stage of life. You know, it's all about just seeing things clearly, and if you can understand that, again, you have a clear, defined purpose and something to focus on, it really helps you get out of those ruts and that negativity. So, dopamine detox. How to dopamine detox. There's a million videos. I'm not going to explain it. Quick thing is like, okay, cut out all the bullshit. Like, dude, people sit there and scroll through Netflix for 15 minutes before they can consume a meal, like before they can eat food. I watch it all the time and I'm like, what is wrong with people? But and obviously I understand it's not their fault. I do it too. I'm a victim of that too. I used to be very bad. It took a lot of, you know, discipline and patience and focusing on other things and focusing on what I want in life and trying to be a better person, be a better man, and just grow. The pursuit of growth and freedom really helped me escape all of the fake, you know, bullshit. You know, what do they say now? You have to be authentic. Be authentic. That's gonna get you, you know, your stardom, your freedom. Look at me, baby. Showbiz, right? That's authentic. That's me being me. I'm a clown, you know. Anybody who knows me in life knows I'm a jokester, and I'm not gonna ever let that die. You know, we ain't gonna dim our light for anybody. But it was a great day. Had a conversation, and I was defining, you know, hey, I was sick, this happened, and I was explaining how, you know, I grew in the past 3 months just by simply, you know, controlling my life, controlling my schedule, and controlling my thoughts by not having all this outside variables because I've been sick so much and, you know, I've been alone, and it truly helped me figure out what the fuck I wanted in life. How many F words does YouTube give you? Apologies, maybe I'll bleep it out. I know how to edit a little bit. It's a skill that I've been trying to learn. You know, I've been doing a little bit of AI shorts on the side. Maybe I'll show you guys a little bit. What can I build a channel together, make some money? But, dude, dopamine detox, stop doing that. You really gotta stop wasting your time on all that. And if you are gonna be on social media and on the internet, you have to basically create new accounts. Create new accounts and really start watching content that makes you feel good, makes you feel happy, makes you feel positive, in alignment with your purpose. Not like you're not watching women, you're not watching sports to watch sports because you're betting, and you're not gambling, and like you're not watching drugs and, you know, partying and a bunch of crazy stuff. Like you're watching something like, oh, hey, I'm watching piano. I love piano. I want to learn how to play the piano this year. I'm saying it out loud so that I really make it a goal. And whenever I watch this over, well, listen to it over, I'm not going to watch it, but listen to myself, you know, during a walk. Just, it really helps me think, hearing myself talk. And once I do that, I just want to have that reminder, like, yeah, well, you got to, you know, make the piano thing a thing. You know, you just have to live life. And I want everybody to live life. That's the purpose of this channel. Purpose of this video is just kind of get myself out there. It's kind of, I know it's all over the place. Of course, I have a little bit of anxiety for when I'm first posting. Not because I think nobody will see it, but I think so many people will see it. And they're all gonna be like, damn, that's you? That's the real you? Like, you're so much more different than I thought. And it being seen like this, I love being vulnerable. I think everybody should be vulnerable and be true to themselves. But doing it and knowing that there's the potential that a lot of people can see it, like you see this right now, you see me. I'm just literally living, like I'm living life. I'm having a great time, drinking some water, listening to some music. I got some music on in the background, very quiet because, you know, YouTube copyright. But you and I, we're literally just hanging out. I'm just telling you a story. You're just watching me rant. I got the gift of the gab. I'm a yabber, you know? But I will definitely be posting. Like, there's a lot of things you can do to make life very easy. Switch it to easy mode. It's really beautiful. It's really simple. It's really easy. Subscribe for more if you'd like. You're free to subscribe. You know, if you don't feel free in life, you're free to subscribe. Have a great life. I've always said have a great life to everybody I meet, like random strangers. You know how people say like, oh, have a good day. I'm always like, hey, have a great life. I'll never see you again. What are the chances I'm gonna see the dude I'm passing in the airport who hands me, you know, a coffee at the Starbucks? When am I ever gonna see him again? Have a great life, brother. I wish you the best. Like, even though you're probably an NPC anyways. But, like, just be kind, be courteous, and be free.